Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Raggedy Pack. Unfortunately, the season finale of The Last of Us, the greatest TV show that ever was, is, never will be. We are coming off of the David episode, which, if you watched our reaction to, I was not very happy with, but we're not going to spend very much time talking about that this week. So if you want to get our take on that, by that I mean my take, check out last week's episode. But to give a quick little recap, we wound up in like northern Utah, where they wound up at the resort that David's little cult of whatever was located at. We ate some venison that wasn't venison, which Igley very astutely picked up on rather quickly.
That's venison.
That was like I was laughing my ass off.
In a post-apocalyptic setting, the first thing people are going to turn to, like after the violence, is cannibalism. At some point, it's always going to happen. It's a given.
I mean, they had horses.
Okay, that's a method of transportation. You gonna eat your car?
A car and a horse are two different things.
If the horse is dead, sure.
There'd have to be some very vile shit going on for me to start eating my homies. I mean...
Well, it's venison, bro.
There's a difference between kissing my homies and eating my homies.
It's venison, bro. Just don't worry about it.
Hey, we're starving. I give you an arm, you give me an arm. Deal?
Sure.
All right. We're good.
So, the episode ended on Ellie killing David and Joel finding her after she was killing David, and them continuing on to our destination of Salt Lake City, which is sort of where it got left off. Yeah. Which is, I'm pretty sure that's how the game goes. It's that bang, 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 and then cutscene. And we're in Salt Lake City. So a short finale. It's only, 40-something minutes?
48.
I'm interested to see how they get everything
squeezed in
to this, because, I mean, this is easily one of the best parts of the game. You know, I mentioned last week that my favorite part of the game was the David arc, but I mean, this is just as good, if not better. And so I'm interested to see how they fit all of Salt Lake City into this episode. Little worried, but so far the small stuff I've seen, the small spoilers I've seen on Twitter, which aren't really spoilers since I played the game, indicate good things. So Igley, got any predictions for this episode?
So I mean, given that it's the finale, I imagine there's going to be some discovery made about Ellie's immunity, whether or not like they can actually make a cure from it. And I also imagine there's going to be like some maybe there's going to be some additional lore dumping. But as for what events play out, maybe the Fireflies turn bad. They try to use Ellie for something evil, or I don't know. That's kind of where my head's at.
I think that's fair.
Yeah.
I think that's a good wrap up, to be honest. Like, if good hypothesis.
Or, I guess like whether or not they can, Ellie just becomes a lab rat, and like Joel realizes, hey, you're not going to do that to her, and decides, you know what, she's not going to be the cure for the world if it means she's going to have to live a life like that, or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, are those two separate theories? Because they're both interesting.
Kind of building on each other. It basically, it's not going to turn out as good as we hoped, potentially. That's what I'm thinking.
All right. Okay. So, yeah, I think we're good to roll into this, unless I'm not even going to ask. I know Kojo doesn't remember the end of the game.
I do remember the end of the game on this one.
Surprise.
That's good. for the first time ever.
Yeah. Just the entire middle bit that I'm, foggy on.
I think that's pretty fair.
Well-
You remember like the start and end of a book, you just don't remember like the middle sections.
Yeah, I don't have my notebook with me as well today.
Brother.
It's in the other room.
It's a good thing. It's the last episode.
Yeah, it's a great thing that we have this pause between our intro and when we react. That you can get up and go to the other room. Yeah.
Can't do that. No.
All right, that's true. I'll do that.
All right. Well, before we get into this, if you enjoy our reactions, hit that like button, subscribe, consider hitting the notification bell so you don't miss anything else going on our channel. If you're only here for The Last of Us, Igly will be playing The Last of Us Part 1 on the channel once it drops on PC at the end of this month. I think it's the 28th. So stay tuned for updates on that. For updates on that, you can actually head over to our Discord. There's a free link for that below, along with a link to our Patreon where you can get full-length access to all of our reactions, including this one. 2-week early access to some reactions, like some series, I mean. And then we have social medias, Twitter, Twitch, TikTok, Instagram, all that stuff. And yeah, let's watch.
Let's go.
All right. Okay.
Oh,
What's going on here?
this is the original actress for Ellie.
Really?
What?
I guess they had they wanted to fit her in.
Ashley Johnson.
Ashley Johnson, yeah.
Wow.
It's me.
Bro.
Sounds just like her. It sounds. It's insane, dude. This is. Wow. I mean,
Literal
this is
deja vu,
crazy.
bro.
This is even crazier to me than Joel's real or in-game voice in the thing.
I mean, it makes sense they did it for other characters.
Yeah, but this is like pulling me out of it
Oh,
completely.
shit.
Water brook.
Yeah, that is not good, man. Oh, jeez. Oh, no. Okay.
What did you think was gonna happen, bro?
I don't know yet.
Okay.
Oh, jeez. This is terrifying.
All right, got the knife. Here we go.
Oh,
Just like that?
That's crazy.
she got very lucky.
Well, that works. She get bit though? Yeah.
God damn.
Oh, man.
Just have a lot of time.
So do you think this is this Ellie and her mom right now?
Yes.
That's what I was thinking.
Okay.
That's what I was thinking
That's
as well.
really cool that they gave Ellie's in-game character the mom.
I know.
Oh,
I
he's-
think it's awesome that they worked everyone into
Yeah.
the show.
You fucking tell him, Ellie.
Nice.
That's really cool.
So
I guess this is still flashback. Yeah.
that's what I'm guessing.
Oh, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Marlene's about to.
They're gonna find Ellie.
Oh my gosh.
Spread him.
I cut it before I was bit.
It's a lie.
Before. I want you to take her with you to Boston. Find someone to bring her up and make sure that she's safe.
I can't do that.
And I want you to give her this.
Hmm.
I can't. How long have we known each other? Our whole lives. So you pick her up right now. And then you kill me.
That's tough.
Yeah. She's acting like it's a simple favor.
I can't kill you.
No.
Oh, come on now.
Please! No!
It's a mercy kill. She doesn't want to
Yeah.
turn.
Marlene!
Got over with quick.
I'm really happy they did that. We got backstory, even more backstory on Ellie. In such a cool way with the in-game actor, too.
Honestly,
Or actress.
that's backstory on Marlene.
Ellie,
Yeah,
do you hear
I
me?
guess that's true.
I found this in there. Beefaroni, Chef Boyardee.
Yo,
Let's go, dude. How
the
much they pay you?
beefaroni.
Have you ever played this?
Boggle.
Boggle? It's a word game.
Just trying to take her mind
Maybe
off
sometime
things.
it would be this. They had a guitar in that RV. It's all
No.
smashed up, but got me thinking, maybe I should find one. I haven't played in forever. In fact, I was thinking maybe I could teach you. You want to learn how to play guitar,
Probably be good for her.
Ellie?
Oh, yeah.
I wonder what she's distracted by.
That'd be great.
I mean, if this is right after last episode, there's a lot to think about.
True. Part of me is also feeling like the journey's coming to an end, so she's wondering what's gonna happen afterwards. What Joel's gonna do.
True.
That's a fair point.
Very true.
Okay, so this is what I'm thinking.
Cut through that building to get around that stuff, find a skyscraper, go up and look around.
Actually, this time I was thinking we blast our way through that rubble. I found some dynamite in that RV back there.
Really?
No, so we're gonna cut through that building, find a skyscraper, go up and
That's
look
great.
around.
Read them like a book.
I had you going, didn't I?
Yeah, I'm thinking you might be right, Iggly. She seems like really down.
Yeah.
Well, this is.
Whoa.
Bruh.
God.
Well, no.
Ellie!
You gotta see this!
Oh, I know what this is.
Yeah.
What is it?
Come on!
You'll
Oh,
find
you
out.
just have to wait and see, brother.
Well, like she said, "Whoa!" Like she saw it, but like she's
Yeah.
running pretty far. Like you saw this all the way back there.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Okay.
No, you didn't see anything. We played the game, fool.
Well, no, Ellie. She said, "Whoa!" Then started running. Like she saw something immediately.
Just watch the show.
Brother. Oh fuck!
It was moving. You were right, though.
Damn. Busted out the zoo.
I won't.
Hey there.
That's what she needed.
That's a lot. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, honestly, it makes sense. Nothing's. They have no predator that's gonna kill him. I doubt humans are gonna take him down.
That, and it's probably a zoo somewhere.
That's what I was thinking.
So, is it everything you hoped for?
It's got its ups and downs. But you can't deny that view.
Remember her saying that in like the first or second episode.
We don't have to do this. I want you to know that.
What do you mean? What else are we supposed to do?
Nothing. We just go back to Tommy's. We forget about the whole damn thing.
Hmm.
After all we've been through, everything I've done, it can't be for nothing. And when we're done, we'll go wherever you want. Tommy's, Sheep Ranch, the moon. I'll follow you anywhere you go.
That's great.
But there's no halfway with this. We finish what we started.
I think he's feeling it too. What you said, Iggly, where their journey's
Yeah.
kind of coming to an end. Kind of gave her a way out there, and she didn't take it.
Yeah, he mainly like offering a choice. It's like she does have to force herself to do this.
Mm-hmm.
They had me in one just like this.
With Sarah?
No, she was gone already.
Oh,
They're very open about
So
it.
what's wrong with
Okay.
you?
Just for this.
The guy who shot and missed.
Yeah,
I figured that would have happened later.
definitely had time to talk about it.
Second day.
Well, I gotta hand it to the army people. They were way better at stitching you up than I was.
It was me. I was the guy who shot and missed.
Oh. Well, how's that work?
There's no story.
I don't know.
Sarah died,
Was it a blank?
and I couldn't see the point anymore. Simple as that.
Oh.
Oh.
Slow ass.
And I wasn't
Shit.
scared either. I was ready.
Wait, did you say slow ass?
You guys didn't get it.
Went to pull the trigger. I flinched. Still don't know why. Anyway, the reason I'm telling you all this
I
is...
know why you're telling me all this.
Yeah, I reckon you do.
So time heals all wounds, I guess.
It wasn't time that did it.
Hmm.
That's cute.
Mm.
Was her?
Well, I'm glad that didn't work out.
Me too.
I still don't really get it, but
He
just leave
shot
Steven.
himself.
No, I get that part.
Okay.
I don't get how he missed,
City puns.
but
He flinched.
Oh.
I'll just leave it to the imagination.
Slow ass.
People are making apocalypse jokes.
Oh my God.
Tomorrow.
Oh my god, it's gold every time she opens this damn thing. Let's hear it.
Moon rocks taste better than Earth rocks. Why?
Why?
Meteor.
That's terrible.
Oh my
It's
god.
actually good.
That's a 0 out of
All
10.
right, all right.
Zero.
What do the
You think
green
this is a real
grapes
book?
say to the purple grape?
Got 3 or 4. Yeah, I do actually.
Breathe, you idiot.
That's a 3 out of 10.
Oh
Who's
shit.
behind
Give
him?
it a 5.
Hold up, hold up, hold
5 out of 10.
Flashbang?
I didn't see.
Oh my god.
Oh, you're screwed if that was a real flashbang.
No.
Man.
Ooh,
Oh my gosh.
not the white screen
Alright.
of death.
Yeah.
That's all they were
This-
seeing.
This is the real flashbang. What is that?
Oh, Firefly
Firefly.
logo.
Welcome to the Fireflies.
Marlene.
See? You got hit pretty hard.
Mm.
Some fucking welcome that was.
You were.
Where's
To be fair, that's, I mean,
Not even a scratch.
better than just killing them.
Mostly worried about you.
Especially if they didn't know who they were.
Where is she?
Well, you know, like you're looking for a girl.
Crossing the country.
That's true. That's very
I had
true.
5 men whose only job was to protect me. I still almost got killed. We all owe you.
Just take me to her.
I can't. She's being prepped for surgery.
What?
What surgery?
Our doctor, he thinks that the cordyceps in Ellie has grown with her since birth.
Why is she in surgery?
It produces a kind of chemical messenger. It makes normal cordyceps think that she's cordyceps. It's why she's immune.
I wonder if that had anything to do with her being born
Multiply the
as
cells
her
in the
mom
lab,
got bit.
Produce
Yes.
those chemical
Okay.
messengers. And then we can give it to everyone. He thinks it could be a cure, Joel.
Cordyceps grows inside the brain.
It does.
So we have to kill her.
Find someone else.
There is no one else. We didn't tell her. We didn't cause her any fear. There won't be any pain.
No, you take
They lied to her.
right now!
Damn.
Please, you don't understand.
Yeah, it's heartbreaking.
I do. I promised her mother that I would save her child. I promised. So I do understand. I have no other choice.
This isn't happening.
I do.
Ooh.
You're not taking away Joel's second reason to live.
Walk him out to the highway. Leave him there with his pack. Give him this. If he tries anything, shoot him.
Thing is if she's gone, he has nothing to live for, so doesn't matter. Man's
Yeah.
got nothing to lose here. If he tries anything.
He's got a knife.
Oh, that's true. I probably wouldn't have given him that.
Downstairs. I said keep walking.
Oh,
Let's go.
God. Oh.
Oh, did he just balls?
No, it was
I think it
knee
was a knee.
or thigh.
I don't have time for this.
Oh, my
alright.
god.
Okay. He
Merciless.
takes no prisoners.
He is
But I
about to
didn't
murder this
give him
whole
it.
damn building.
Oh my gosh, this is about to be insane.
Oh my god.
He's just walking the. Oh, this is incredible.
Game of Thrones esque music?
Yeah, the music's going crazy right now with the strings. Oh,
It's the theme too.
I know, bro.
my
It's
God.
like
But like
the
slower down.
string version of this of the theme. Well, I guess the original is too, technically.
it's like a mashup of like Last of Us and like the Reigns of Castamere. Oh, this
I
guy's
don't
dead.
know. I don't know if he's gonna actually. Yeah.
Wrong day.
Oh my god.
Man's
Bro, hold your angles.
oh no!
Oh.
Don't tell him what to
He's
do.
got zero
good job.
You got
emotions.
now.
Yeah, look at it.
Look at that. Look at that.
Full auto.
Oh my god. This is awesome. This
Dude,
is
he's
so
man.
cool. Oh,
He's about to
my-
wipe out the rest of the fireflies.
Yeah.
This is a mass extinction event.
No,
Fedra will love this, man.
Oh my god, that's so cool.
nice.
Mm-hmm.
Thing is, what would Ellie want in this situation? I mean, they
Exactly.
didn't lie to her, but once she wakes up, how's she gonna feel about all this?
Mm-hmm. It's a good question. And she was just talking about not, doing a half-assed job on her mission.
It's true, but I don't think she fully knew that she
It's very
was
true.
meant to die.
Didn't. Oh my gosh.
Unhook her.
How did you get in here?
I said unhook her.
I won't let you take her.
All right, buddy.
Okay, bro.
Unhook her.
Oh my God.
Oh my gosh. Ooh, I got chills.
The man really pulled a scalpel.
Did.
What now, though?
Exactly.
The queen.
Oh, Marlene.
Oh, shit.
Can't keep her safe forever. How long till she's torn apart by infected or murdered by raiders? Because she lives in a broken world that you could have saved.
Maybe. But it isn't for you to decide.
Or you. So what would she decide, huh?
Mmm.
Because I think she'd want to do what's right.
You didn't even ask her, so you can't be saying that now.
It's true. Very true.
It's not too late. Even now. Even after what you've done. We can still find a way.
Oh gosh.
Take it slow. The drugs are still wearing off.
What drugs?
They were running some tests on you. And some others. Turns out there's a whole lot more like you. People that are immune. Dozens of them.
You can't lie to her.
Hmm.
The doctors, they couldn't make any of it
Getting lied
work.
to by everyone right now.
They've actually...
Oh, fuck.
They've stopped looking for a cure.
Where are my clothes?
Raiders attacked the hospital. I barely got you out of there.
Raiders.
We'll
Okay.
find some new ones on the way.
Is Marlene okay?
Well,
I'm taking us home. I'm sorry.
You think about it, Marlene's been shot for like 60% of her appearances on the show.
True.
You just come after her.
oh my god. Merciless.
I love how blunt this show is, man. They never drag stuff out, but yeah, that's brutal.
Back to Tommy's, I assume.
And it looks like a snowy mountain in the distance.
It's time to start up that sheep ranch.
Well, she got us close enough.
It's a Jeep. It's gonna happen eventually.
We gotta walk the rest of the way.
Mm-hmm.
It's gotta tell her the truth.
No, Sarah and I used to hike like this all the time. That girl, she'd see a big rock.
She knows something's up.
You know?
She would have liked you. Not to say the two of you are the same, but definitely different kids.
How so?
Well, she was a lot more, I want to say girly, and I'm not saying that you're not girly.
I'm not.
Yeah, you're not. But you know why I think she'd like you?
Why?
Because you're funny. I think you would have made her laugh. Anyway, I bet you would have liked her back.
Yeah, bet I would have.
Knows something's up.
Not much further now.
Hey, wait. Back in Kansas City, you asked me about the first time I killed someone. When I got bit in the mall, I wasn't on my own. My best friend was there. And she got bit too. And I had to... Her name was Riley. And she was the first to die. And then it was Tess. And then Sam.
That's not on you.
I know.
Look, sometimes things don't work out the way we hope. You can feel like you've come to an end. But if you just keep going, you find something new to fight for. And maybe that's not what you want.
Swear to me. Swear to me that everything you said about the Fireflies is true.
Well,
Right. Put him in a tough position here.
I swear.
Okay.
God, bro, bro, that was the end,
That's the end.
bro.
I like the way Igley was like, he's got to tell her the truth, and he doubled down. I swear.
Like, dude, 45 minutes has never gone by so fast.
I like to hear it. That means you liked it.
Well, like the game ends there.
Yep.
The first
Yeah, the
one.
first
The game ends there.
Oh my god, bro.
I don't know about
Why-
Blake and Kojo, but at the beginning, when you were like guessing what was going to happen in your second theory, I was like,
Dude.
I was losing it.
Just wait till you see my face. I'm
Your
like,
guess,
oh.
it was ridiculous.
I'm so. First off, Joel did nothing wrong. I want to make that clear.
Okay.
I want to make that clear.
Okay.
But besides lying to Ellie, that kind of fucked up. Because now he's gonna have to keep that shit going until I'm sure she
Mhm.
eventually figures it out and might despise him for it. But, yeah. Second is I imagine that like finale scene at the hospital obviously is going to be dragged out more because of gameplay reasons. But God damn.
let me pause you there. The rampage
Mm-hmm.
that Joel went on,
Yeah.
I think they did that perfectly.
I mean, it was really well done, at least
Well-
like from my viewing experience. It was very cathartic.
Game to show, there's so much you can do. Only so much
Mhm.
you can do.
Yeah, of course.
I think that was the perfect way that like he went God mode.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like guys cowering in corners, him like making a guy surrender and then still busting a cap in him. Like, I thought they did that perfectly.
Mhm.
So carry on.
But I mean, like Joel in this episode, like he wasn't gonna let Ellie go. Like there was no chance, especially when the scene, literally this like the scene before, he was basically telling her like that she is her new, like she's the reason he can go on in life, pretty much. So like him not letting her die for the sake of a cure, not for humanity, I mean, it's understandable, but I also don't like the fact that he's lying to her about it.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, I think ultimately it should have been her choice, but neither
What
the
do you think she would have
Fireflies.
chosen?
I don't know. I mean, she might feel like she's pretty young, so she might feel the pressure to just sacrifice herself for humanity. But I like on both sides of things. Neither the Fireflies gave her a choice, nor Joel. They made decisions for her. And I think in season 2 or the second game, that's gonna come back like tenfold. So I mean, that's like the one thing I don't like about Joel's actions this episode, that he didn't give her the choice, despite previously offering her a choice, a way out. And then like continually to lie to her twice, doubling down, like you said.
So
Yeah.
Kojo and I have spent the last 10 years arguing over Joel being right / Joel being wrong. So Kojo,
course.
You said something that was mildly flip-floppity from that stance. I need to know.
Okay. What did
Are
I
you
say?
still a Joel hater? Or are you
I'm not a
still,
Joel
or have you
hater.
now changed your side
This
to
is
the
this
right
is what
side?
This is what I've told you in the past. So, because you like to, embellish things, I'll say.
Is that so?
That other people say. I've said in the
lie.
past that objectively, Joel is a bad person.
Oh, I mean, yeah.
That's all I've said.
It's literally the
That's all I've
okay.
said.
So the potentially the cure for humanity. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Not 100%. Like
That's
the cure
evil
for
to
humanity.
take that away. But in the way that
Yeah.
he did it, it masks it. But
The
objectively,
only-
that is not a good thing to do.
The only thing Joel did wrong is lied to Ellie.
Exactly, 100%.
That's the only thing he did wrong. Because the Fireflies did the opposite. They gave Ellie one choice, and the choice was to kill her.
They didn't even give her a choice.
But yeah, they didn't let her know she was going to die.
That's what
Yeah.
one choice means, yeah. So by Joel going on a rampage, it can, like, from the perspective of the greater good, can be deemed an evil action.
Yes.
But
yeah.
in no way, shape, or form am I ever going to feel sympathy for the Fireflies.
I don't either. I don't either. But objectively, my man is a menace to not only society, but also Earth now.
Hey, man.
Like,
Mother Nature mutated cordyceps for a reason, bro.
I think, I mean, I definitely can understand why Joel did what he did.
Oh, I can too.
Yeah,
I get it
I do
completely.
side with him, even though it's an evil action and it's dooming the fate of the world, fate of humanity. I ultimately understand and I agree with it, even though it is an evil action. It's a selfish option, but
Totally.
like,
but it's one we probably all would have chose.
yeah. And while it would be right to tell her the truth instead of building the rest of your relationship with her on lies, I don't know how the fuck you even begin to tell her you murked entire hospital full of people because she would have died to become the cure. I don't know how Ellie herself would feel about that, but ultimately, like it goes. If this was like back in Salt Lake City, okay, but the fact that they're having this conversation like back in Wyoming, like fucking hundreds of miles away, I think. How far away are Wyoming and Utah?
I don't know.
Probably at least
far away.
500,
They're not
600
border-
miles.
Okay. So grand distance away, you pretty much have no option but to double down on your initial lie. Otherwise, I mean, I guess you could seek out some other, like, you could still tell her at that point, and then I don't know, maybe the settlement is called Jackson, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
I believe so.
Okay. Maybe they develop a cure at Jackson if she's given the choice, like if she wants to
Maybe.
do that. I mean, like, I don't know how I don't know if they have any scientists, or if Joel just murdered the one scientist that could have done the.
It's 303
God.
miles.
Okay.
The reason that Joel can't really tell anyone this, he might tell Tommy. I actually can't remember if he tells anyone that he did that. But it's because people who have lost family members and close, like, loved ones to this disease or infection, would absolutely go and try to kill Joel if you let that slip. If you're Joel,
It's an evil action, but like it's due to selfishness.
It's a very complicated one,
and
too.
also due to out of love. It's almost like ever since like in the last episode, when Joel basically views her as like her as another daughter. He's extremely obsessive and protective over her. And obviously, like, based off everything we've seen in Joel, all the traumas he's experienced, the fact that it came out that he attempted suicide after the death of his first daughter, everything you can see like the path he took. You can understand it, but ultimately, like we've repeatedly said, it's an evil action on the grand scheme of things. Objectively, it is wrong because it's one person's life versus the rest of humanity.
Right.
Sacrificing her causes the most good for the most people.
Yeah, and I'm like, I feel like she would have chosen that choice, but you can't make the decision for her. I understand
exactly,
and it was being made for her.
Mm-hmm. It like that. That's like that's like the big like fucking scope. I guess you have to look at like of like this little finale section is that she was never given the option. People, it was made by other people. If she ultimately came to that decision for herself that she wants to sacrifice herself for humanity's sake, I would accept that. Mm-hmm. Not that the Fireflies or Joel are deciding for her.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like it's I don't want to say it's anticlimactic with the ending, like this just sudden ending. It's like, oh, what the fuck happens now? I need answers.
Season 2.
Okay.
How much play the game, dude?
No, don't do that.
Play the game.
Okay.
Don't do that.
Okay, I'm not gonna jump into 2. I'll play 1 first. But how much of a time gap was it between the first and second game's release? It was because like the first game came out on PS3 and the second one.
Is that when part 2 came out? 2019.
I believe so.
Was part 2 PS5? Right?
2013. Part 2 was like the one of the last games released on the PS4.
Okay.
It came out June. Oh, I remember. It got delayed. It came out June 2020.
Okay.
It got delayed like really weirdly at like the last possible second. I remember being furious.
I see.
Part 1 came out. It was one of the like both of them were coined as like swan songs to the PS3 and PS4 respectively.
I see. So yeah, given the time gap between the 2 games, I guess I always kind of assumed the story of Last of Us 1 was kind of like wrapped up nicely. I didn't know it was a like the second one was just kind of like a continuation from there.
Well, here's the thing.
Wrapped up nicely.
Well, I can see. I'm assuming this flows into Last of Us 2. Nice. Like I don't know. I'm not going to say anything because
it's a complicated ending, man.
Yeah.
I think the way it ended was good in the way of it's open-ended. Mm-hmm. You could release a sequel, but there's nothing left of this story to be told.
Okay.
So, and then when you play part 2 without spoiling anything, holes in the wall, like I don't know what the phrase I'm looking for here is. Like those pieces between then and now are bridged.
Okay.
So you get more of like the aftermath of the first game.
Okay.
So this like appetite you have for more like post reaction of this, they do go about telling that aspect.
Okay.
What I'm looking for right now is, first of all, my issues aside, this is the best video game adaptation of all time.
Yes, agreed.
Oh, big time. By a long shot.
They stayed 100% true to the story from beginning to end with only minor changes along the way.
And not only that, they included voice actors and actresses from the game. And even if they weren't in their, original roles, put them in somehow any way they could, and that is really cool.
This is a blueprint on how to succeed.
Yeah.
There is no excuse for anybody else failing a video game adaptation. Now that it has been proven that you can just take the game and turn it into a show and make thousands, millions of dollars.
Imagine respecting the source material instead of like whatever writer or director feels like they have a better vision than the original thing.
It's insane. I'm looking at you, Halo.
I can't wait for Pedro Pascal to be cast as Kratos.
Dude,
it's just everyone's dad.
So here's my one more comment.
Okay.
I'm in love with this TV show. 10 out of 10. I hope that going into, now this is obviously more directed to the people that have played Last of Us Part 2. I hope they can continue the success while fixing the mistakes. So again, not trying to spoil anything, but going into season 2, I expect a little bit more deviation. But in a good way.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm wondering what Igley thinks of decisions made in 2 now.
Listen, stop talking.
It's just very interesting now.
I have nothing else to say on part 2, but I'm excited. This has proven to me everything that I've always assumed, us gamers have always assumed, that these games can be turned into good shows. And
100%.
Aside from like this just being an absolute banger of a series, like that's the real biggest takeaway is, oh, wow, you can make millions of dollars by just Control-C, Control-V.
Yeah.
Mind-blowing.
I mean, a lot of love still goes into it because you played the first game. The way they recreate some of the scenes to look exactly the same, like the set, it's just beautiful, man. A lot of love goes into the craft, and I appreciate that.
It's like I'm when I'm thinking of adaptations, obviously the freshest in my mind is Halo.
Brutal.
Not
That's brutal.
Once is there something that you're like, oh, that's from the game. Not once. We had that this entire show. And I'm not saying like that's the only reason this is better, but like, bruh. At least like Craig Mazin and Neil Druckmann were like, I guess Craig Mazin was like chief on this, like head producer, director. But Neil Druckmann was intricately involved. When you have a show director, a showrunner, like the showrunner in Halo saying, yeah, I've never played the game, I don't care. Red flag.
Yeah.
Red flag. And so I do believe that that's why this succeeded as well as it did, is you had the original writer of the story hand in hand with the guy writing and directing the TV show.
Yeah.
So you never lose the direction of the game while still blazing your own trail. Like Kansas City. Similar, but different. Still managed to stay true to the game, giving more lore to the game. And they even mention, the other place in I think it was last episode. It would have been last episode or the Left Behind episode. They mentioned the other
about another QZ. Right?
Yeah, another QZ that is featured in the game that isn't featured in the show.
Okay.
So just the ability to stay true, even with the changes that were made. So my biggest gripe, obviously, last episode, the change at the end. They still have Joel come in and say the exact same lines. That's staying true while making a change. Whether I agreed or not with that change, I stomach it better because it's not egregious. It's not so debilitating to the atmosphere from that scene in the game that it's not like, oh yeah, I can see past it, basically. The one thing I will say is we didn't get a lot of infected.
Yeah. Like,
I think that was a little weird.
I was expecting, since they're in the city now, like they're back in the city. Before they're out in the wilderness, makes sense. They're not going to be as many. But like, since they were back in Salt Lake City, or not back, since they were back in a populated area, it was surprising there wasn't much of a presence.
Maybe the Fireflies got it locked down there.
Yeah, or maybe the underground again. But
it's just kind of like that's a little weird, because it felt like they got the entire virus kind of got swept under the rug.
I agree with that. Yeah. It did feel like that.
I think it feels that way because a lot of the infected moments in the game are gameplay moments.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's hard to replicate that, obviously. Mm-hmm. And in reality, at this point, I think they mentioned it as they were one of the first 3 episodes when Joel's like, when you're this far away from a city, you're not worried about infected, you're worried about people.
Yeah.
And so they did a good job of playing people as the number one threat, playing that up. But it's just like, how many times did we see a clicker? Haven't seen one since Kansas City.
Yeah.
We saw a bloater once, right?
Saw a bloater once.
Oh, yeah. They didn't reuse. Yeah. Okay, so that is a little weird.
That's weird, but it makes sense.
It makes sense. The drama aspect is going to come from interactions between opposing like people.
Right.
You have the threat, like the infected, the cordyceps, they're still a looming threat, and like they're still the driving force for the plot. But in they're like you said, it's a gameplay element most of the time.
Right.
So it's hard to fit in.
It's. I get the way they did it. I just wish it would have been slightly different or incorporated more, but it's not the end of the world. I think the show was still. It's like I can't really not give it a 10 out of 10. So yeah, it's 10 for me. The only way it would have been better is if infected were incorporated more, but it doesn't. Again, does not take away from my enjoyment of the show at all.
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to say that infected are just padding, but like it's a gameplay element it's a gameplay element as opposed to being like part of like the main story. You know,
it's impossible to capture the gameplay completely.
Yeah.
The rampage in the hospital, that's the only time I felt like, oh yeah, they captured this 1000%.
That's how you felt. You felt like Joel trying to save Ellie.
Dog, you literally feel invincible in that scene.
I mean, yeah, he was just fucking one-tapping everyone.
Basically, he felt like me on Fortnite yesterday.
I'm gonna circle back to something. Kojo, yeah, we played Fortnite yesterday. It's fun. Kojo had mentioned how Ellie's immunity was probably because of her mother, Anna was her name, I believe, getting bit while the umbilical cord was still attached. Now, I don't know how long it takes, like nutrients or like things from the bloodstream to transfer from a mother to a child through the umbilical cord. But that was pretty quick. And if it did work like that, then it would make sense. What did they say? Like the cordyceps recognizes her as cordyceps, even though she's not
right, because it's from birth.
Yeah.
Now, that's one thing I feel like Marlene should have picked up on. That was part of the cure, because we picked up on it.
It's the one,
and we know everything that Marlene knows.
Yeah.
Like that everyone else that gets bit gets infected. This child that ended up getting bit didn't get infected. Well, when she was born, then again, Anna lied to her and told her that she cut the umbilical cord before she got bit. So she was given false information.
I don't think Marlene should have picked up on it because, like, she's not a scientist.
Yeah, but
like we've played the game.
Even
we know everything that's going on.
I get it, but
the doctor,
I would have picked up on that.
An infectious disease expert, which the doctor could be, he could not be.
We'll never know. He's dead.
He couldn't be that smart to challenge Joel with a scalpel.
I mean, that man thought he was invincible.
Okay. Scientists pledge their whole lives to better the world. Well, and Joel is like the complete opposite of that in that scene. So my man is out there with the scalpel.
Hey, respect, but he wasn't doing nothing with that.
He probably knew he was going to die there.
Yeah.
I just don't think Marlene would have been able to easily recognize that.
I mean, it's a big outlier. Huge outlier.
Plus, it's years later.
Right. Like, and maybe she did pick up on it finally when Ellie got bit. But
I guess that's true. Yeah.
Quite frankly, I don't really think I totally. I'm glad that they provided like this explanation, saying, you know, it's been growing in her since birth, that kind of thing. I really don't get it because I think, Corey, you just said like you don't understand how long it takes for nutrients to transfer from the mother to daughter. Like she cut that umbilical cord pretty damn fast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
apparently, blood can travel throughout your entire body within a minute.
It's very quick. Yeah.
So
well,
I
don't know about it within like 30 seconds.
Okay. Well, listen.
That's still enough time.
Sure.
Yeah. I mean, we can.
We'll believe it.
It's not to say it's the case that like that they could essentially replicate this, because it could just be a very unique situation. It's all fictional, of course, but like I don't know if they can replicate getting a cure by having someone else get bitten right when they give birth and cutting the umbilical cord of the baby.
Yeah, what if like the umbilical cord with Ellie got cut at the perfect time, and if like in a future scenario the baby ends up getting infected because you waited too long or something, you know?
Like it kind of like a vaccine. Like it gives you like your body, you're giving your body a small dose and like to fight against it. So it was just enough. It was a miracle, a freak accident.
Yeah.
So probably not something replicable.
Probably not.
I'm chill
and
with.
I don't think anyone's going to be willing to test it out.
No, you're going to have to. Yeah. Yeah. It'd be rough. It would be rough situation to test that out.
Like I'm pleased with it. Like the explanation is fine.
Yeah.
It's just like, strange. So,
Can I ask you guys a hypothetical before we wrap up?
Okay.
If when they arrived, if instead of flash banging them and knocking Joel unconscious and taking Ellie straight into surgery, like they're in a rush, like the world's gonna end in 15 seconds, if they would have like met up with Joel and Ellie and I don't know, like either sat down for a talk or had dinner together or something and explained what needed to be happen for the possibility to save the world, which is Ellie essentially sacrificing her life for the research. Do you think Ellie would have agreed to it? And what do you think Joel, I feel like his initial reaction, like he wouldn't, he would say hell no. And maybe Ellie would be undecided, but over time, like if they gave him some time, like a couple days, weeks, whatever, to think about it, do you think this could have all played out differently than what we saw?
I think Ellie probably would eventually come to terms of like of going through with the surgery. However, I don't know if Joel, because I think Joel's actions are very obsessive. So I don't know if he'd be able to let go of Ellie that easily still.
If Ellie made the conscious decision to do it, then yes, I think Joel would have been eventually okay.
Yeah.
The fact that this is what, like I said, I will never feel sympathy for the Fireflies. The fact that it was decided and these two security guards are basically teabagging Joel as they're walking him out, like it's literally like they couldn't have handled it poorly. They jumped these guys in Utah or in Salt Lake, downtown Salt Lake, and Joel never gets to say goodbye. And I don't know if obsessive is the right word. I think his actions are just done out of love.
I mean, they're definitely done out of love, but I think
he mentions the attempted suicide, like, and now he said Ellie's brought him back. She's brought Joel back, not, post Sarah Joel, but the real Joel Miller back.
Yeah.
So I think it's just done out of love.
It's definitely love, but I can't help, like, it's not like they're mutually exclusive. I think he's a bit obsessive and protective, of course, but it's still
protective is better than
love.
Obsessive. Obsessive just seems like vile.
Obsessive in the sense that, like, so I say obsessive.
It is kind of obsessive.
I say obsessive because at the end of the day, he didn't give her the choice. He decided for her. He's being obsessive over her. Yeah, so he's being selfish and he's taking away Ellie's ability to choose, which makes it obsessive.
Yeah.
So did the Fireflies. No one gave her like a fair shake there.
It was a two wrongs don't make a right situation.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd see where you're coming from with the obsessive thing, because he's very afraid of going back to that old Joel, I imagine, as well, if he loses her.
Yeah, that was the main driving force behind his actions, because she was getting prepped for surgery. It was about to happen, so something in them snapped. But yeah,
right.
It's like, I understand, like, saying he's obsessive, his actions are obsessive, does have negative connotations, but like I think it fits in this scenario.
It fits perfectly.
Also, given how, like, I don't want to say this ending is controversial, but more so it definitely, especially from what I'm hearing between you two, it definitely got people talking. I'm genuinely surprised I have not been spoiled on the ending of this show, given that, or like of the game, given that it's been 10 years almost.
Blake can't even go onto Twitter for 15 seconds without being spoiled on something. How'd you do it, Igley?
Dude, given how, like,
Blake's kind of an idiot with that stuff. I'm not
chronically I am on the internet. Like, I guess I would say, like, for more modern stuff, like, I guess I can say this here. I have been spoiled more on stuff regarding Last of Us 2, regarding Last of Us 1, unfortunately. I'm on the internet. I see that shit. I mean, it's just, it happens, I did it. So, but I guess 10 years ago, it was slightly different, and spoilers weren't as widely posted, or maybe I wasn't as chronically online as I am now.
Ago, I think I was using Facebook more than like Twitter or Instagram, and I feel like no one really posted shared spoiler stuff back then.
Mm-hmm.
Spoiling shit is cool now.
No,
gotta get those clicks, bro.
It started with Star Wars: The Force Awakens. That's the first time I remember being spoiled on anything through the internet.
You know what? Let's put the ending of Last of Us 2 in the thumbnail.
Hell no.
Man.
I hate that game.
Really? I really enjoyed it.
It is unobjectively one of the greatest games of all time, but I hate that game.
Unobjectively. Objectively, brother.
Objectively. And I unobjectively hate that game.
Subjectively. It's tough out here, I know.
I'm a journalist.
Okay. Who's outroing us, dude?
Blake can outro, but before...
Oh, no. Hit Your ratings, boys.
Oh, it's
Oh,
10.
ratings,
Oh.
10 out of
It's a 10,
10,
dude.
I didn't think it needed to be.
It's a 10.
If you gave it a 10, then obviously we all give it a 10, right? You were the biggest
Yeah.
critic of the show.
True, honestly.
Give it a 9.
Huh?
Excuse.
Okay,
I know where you live, dude.
Under under the context of this being a video game adaptation, I hope it trailblazes other video game adaptations. Like Blake said, use it as a blueprint to not fuck up the story. Henry Cavill got fucking persecuted for wanting to respect the source material. It's a fucking joke. Like, so under that, yeah, 10 out of 10.
All right. Can I
Cool.
say something here? Can I say
Yeah.
something here?
Is it gonna
Yeah.
piss me
Yeah.
off?
It might piss you off, and it's gonna make you a couple enemies. Well, you're gonna hate
8
the
out of
people
10.
I talk about here. So my roommates and their family and friends, I monitor their situation or their conversation about this a lot.
Okay.
And some of the episodes were boring to them.
Okay.
So, and I think it was actually just the one where they get into the first town with what's her name, Karen, Kathleen,
Kathleen.
Kathleen, something like that.
I mean, that's fair.
Where there's not much happening that episode.
So,
Obviously,
okay,
it's a 10 for me, but like I can
rating-
understand lower ratings as well.
if we're rating each individual episode, not all of them are going to be 10s, but like grand scheme of things, well, you want me to say 9.3 or some shit, bro?
No. Well, that would round down, brother. Careful now. But anyways, I'm just saying that I think we are just a tad bit biased, a little bit.
Look,
because it paves the way. We all know in the back of our heads that this show paves the way for how video game adaptions are supposed to be done, and that is a 10 no matter what. So, and that adds extra points knowing that this is going to inspire other shows to take the same route, and that gives us good content. But I do know other people that don't know that, and this would not be a 10 for them. It'd be a high one, but it wouldn't be a 10.
That's understandable.
people that can't appreciate good story,
Mhm.
that's fine. You know, not everybody's the same,
Right.
but boring.
Mm-hmm. They did say that in one of the
Just admit
episodes.
you got a
Boring.
small brain, bro.
Listen, it's not me.
Make
I didn't say.
Just admit you live with people with small brains, bro.
Oh, I'd admit that all day. Admit that all day.
Oh yeah, I mean it was narratively slower at some points for sure, but
Mhm.
I will not accept boring. I'll accept slow. I will not accept boring.
I mean,
Every
slow-
show has boring points, but you
Right.
don't call it boring just because you're not sitting there on the edge of your seat the entire time.
Right.
You want to do that, go watch a freaking Michael Bay movie. You'll really enjoy the stories in those.
That's
yeah. There's a lot of story in those.
It's a good point.
Yeah.
Good point.
I mean, there are some people that are going to like, if there are some people like that, if there's not action every single frame, like they're going to get bored. But like
Mhm.
slow parts don't necessarily make the show bad. It's pacing. You need slower moments.
Yeah. I'd agree. I think it was more of the issue with in their mind, we've established the first couple episodes in terms of getting Ellie to this base because she's special. And then it went into a couple side stories getting there. And that threw them off a little bit.
Mm.
And then going back to the main story. I think that was the issue. But honestly, I see no issue. I loved those side stories.
Yeah.
So, and it makes sense for them to encounter things along the way.
Tell
And
your
the Bill
roommates to
and Frank
holler at
thing-
me.
You'll fight them.
I'll fight 'em.
The main deviation, I guess, would be like the Bill and Frank episode where it was primarily like
I love that
90% of it.
episode.
Okay, they love that
absolutely
episode.
love that episode.
Like,
and I don't know a
is-
single person who hated that episode.
But that is, I get objective. I'm not going to keep saying objectively because I'm going to overuse the word. But that is by far like the most deviation from the main story, like of following Ellie and Joel. But it served its purpose, and Bill's final words, his final letter, were a motive, like a driving force behind Joel's actions.
Right.
So it serves its purpose. It's important. But like, just because it's not 100% focused on the main plot all the time doesn't make it bad.
I agree.
It's just,
I agree. Listen, these aren't my thoughts. It's a 10 out of 10 for me.
You're saying them, so they're your thoughts.
Oh, great. Great.
Like, if we had to pick the worst episode, or least enjoyable episode, what would it be?
Oh, I'm not answering that.
All right.
Okay. All right, then.
I'd say that your least. I'll answer for Blake.
The 8th episode.
Yeah, his least episode was the one with. What's his name? I have it in my notes. David. Yeah, mine would probably be the one right before the guy with the deaf son. But they're getting into that city.
The brother?
And
Henry.
the brother. My bad.
So I mean, yeah, it was. Yeah, I mean, like
it was
the
a
least
slower episode.
Sam. Henry and Sam.
Yeah.
Sam, that's his name.
Yeah.
I forgot they were brothers. Yeah, that makes more sense. But honestly, I still liked it. But that would be my least. There's not a lot happened in it compared to the other ones.
the Riley and Ellie episode is the least rated.
I mean,
I don't.
Yeah, those are that in episode 2 or 3 are gonna be the lowest rated episodes. That's just review bombing. So I'm not taking that opinion with a grain of salt at all. I think it's really gonna be, for a lot of people, the ones with the least amount of action. Kojo's right. For me, it's gonna be episode 8, just because that specific.
It's so different.
Change for me. But it wasn't. It's just that specific change is just leaves a bad taste in my mouth. But I've already been over that enough. And if people want to debate me, join Discord. So, Corey, did you give your least favorite?
No, I'm looking through them right now. I'd probably have to agree with Kojo. Episode 4.
Yes,
I
believe.
I think that was my least favorite, but it's still like I loved it. It's just if I have to pick one out of everything, that'd be it.
Episode 4,
especially coming off episode 3, which we all loved.
Yeah, it was the episode before the Sam and Henry episode, where they're just getting into Kansas City.
Okay.
Yeah. That's basically all they do that episode, if I remember correctly. They establish Kathleen. Ellie gets her second kill, I want to say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's kind of
Brian. Is that or
sounds right?
She also finds the magazine, Bill's magazine.
Right. So, yeah, that's probably the least amount happening in that episode.
Actually, I think Ellie shot him, but Joel finished him off. Correctly.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right. Well, this was probably one of the best shows we've watched on the channel. Arguably,
yeah.
It's
no, not even arguably. I don't think it is. It's definitely one of the best, if not
objectively
AOT,
one of the best.
House of the Dragon, and that's here.
So, yeah, I mean, hopefully you guys hang around for other shows. Check out some of the other stuff we got going on the channel. Mandalorian reactions, that's the other big one. Attack on Titan's back very, very soon. Plenty of other stuff in the future coming up. So like we said, if you enjoyed this, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you don't miss anything else, including our Last of Us live streams that Igley will be doing. Yes, he will. Shaking my head up and down as I'm sure he's shaking it side to side.
No, he probably
Patreon
will be now.
Oh, I've literally, like, I'm holding him at the stake and saying, you're doing this or you're burning, bro.
Yeah. The decision's being made for me.
Full-length reactions available on our Patreon account. Link to join our Discord. Both of those links are down in the description below. Twitter, Twitch, TikTok, Instagram, and we hope to see you guys back pretty soon.
See ya.
See ya.
Take care.